Level 1. The Runner. You're 14 years old. You live in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Your father drives a delivery truck for 12 hours a day and brings home $600 a week. Your Uncle Sal owns a social club on Court Street where men in velour tracksuits drink espresso at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. You know these men aren't plumbers. Everyone knows. But nobody says it out loud. You start hanging around, not asking questions, just existing. You sweep the sidewalk. You run to the deli when someone needs cigarettes. You keep your mouth shut when the conversations go quiet, because you walked in the room. They call you the kid. That's it. No name, no respect, just the kid. Your job is simple. Stand on the corner of Court and President. If you see cops, you text a single emoji, a pizza slice. That means move. If you see anyone taking pictures, anyone who doesn't belong, you text a red flag. You make $0. You're being tested. 3 months pass. Then one day your cousin Paulie hands you $200 bills. You did good, kid. Keep it up. You just made in 4 hours what your father makes in 2 days of breaking his back. Level 2. The Associate. You're 16. You've proven you're not stupid, and you're not a rat. Paulie pulls you aside. You want to earn for real? You nod. He hands you a manila envelope. Take this to the pork store in Bensonhurst. Give it to Fat Sonny. You take the subway. The envelope is in your backpack. The first rule is you don't open the envelopes. The second rule is you forget the address as soon as you leave. You do this 3 times a week. Sometimes it's envelopes. Sometimes it's small packages. Sometimes you're picking up. Sometimes dropping off. You make $800 a week. You buy your mom a new refrigerator. You buy yourself new Jordans. You drop out of high school. Your father doesn't say anything, but his silence is louder than shouting. Level 3, the Earner. You're 18. They give you real work now. You're collecting debts. A guy borrows $2,000 from the crew at 3% per week. That's $60 in interest every single week. If he misses a payment, the interest compounds. If he misses 3 payments, you show up at his door. Your first collection, the guy's name is Tommy. He owes $4,200. He's 2 months behind. Paulie drives you to a house in Canarsie. He hands you a baseball bat. You probably won't need it, he says, but bring it inside anyway. You knock. Tommy opens the door, sees you, sees the bat, sees Paulie waiting in the car. His face goes white. He doesn't say anything. He just walks to the kitchen, pulls cash out of a coffee tin, counts out $4,200. Your hands are shaking, but you keep your face stone. You walk back to the car. Paulie grins. See? Easy money. That night you can't sleep. You keep seeing Tommy's face. The fear, the resignation, the way his hands trembled. But the money's already in your pocket. $400 for 20 minutes of work. You do the math. This is the life now. You're pulling in $1,500 to $2,000 a week. You're also running a small gambling operation out of a barbershop in Bay Ridge. Guys bet on football, basketball, hockey. You take the bets, you pay the winners, you keep the difference. The house always wins. The crew takes 60%, you keep 40%. On a good week during football season, you're clearing an extra $1,000. Level 4. Getting made. You're 22 years old. You've been earning for 6 years. You've proven yourself. You've kept your mouth shut. You've done things you don't talk about, not even to yourself. One night, Paulie tells you to get dressed nice. We're going to the club. It's a Tuesday night. The social club is closed to regular people. There are 7 of you standing in the basement. All the captains are there. The underboss is there. There's an old man you've never seen before. Someone important from the Gambino family. They embrace you. You're a soldier now. You run a sports book out of 2 locations now. The barbershop and a pizza place in Diker Heights. You have 40 guys placing bets through you. During football season, you're handling $50 to $80,000 a week in action. You're clearing $4,000 to $6,000 a week just from the book. You also run a loan sharking operation. You've got $150,000 on the street at any given time. You're 24 years old. You buy a condo in Diker Heights. You drive a black Cadillac Escalade. You wear $2,000 suits. You eat at the best restaurants. The owner sends over a bottle of wine. You sit courtside at Nets games. But the rules are everything now. Never rat. Never steal from the family. Never touch another made man's wife. Never deal drugs officially, even though half the family's income comes from cocaine moving through Brooklyn. The rules are theater, but you follow them because violating them means death. Level 5, the capo. You're 29 years old. Your captain gets indicted, federal RICO case, looking at 25 years. He takes a plea for 12. The family needs someone to run his crew. They choose you. You inherit 14 guys. Their operations become your operations. Their problems become your problems. You're not just earning anymore. You're managing. You meet with your guys every week. They bring you envelopes. You count the money, you take your cut, you pass the rest up to the underboss. You're running a construction racket now. You also control a waste management route. 3 neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Businesses pay you for garbage pickup. It's all legitimate, except you charge twice what you should, and anyone who tries to use a different company gets a visit from your guys. You're moving stolen goods. Hijacked trucks full of electronics, clothing, cigarettes. You're clearing $15,000 to $25,000 a week. Your wife drives a Mercedes. Your daughter goes to private school. But the paranoia is constant. You check your car for bombs every morning before you turn the key. You never use your cell phone for business. Your crew grows. You've got 18 guys now. Collectors, enforcers, earners. You take your cut of everything they bring in. You're a CEO now, running a criminal enterprise with quarterly earnings and expansion plans. You're 32, and you've been to 11 funerals in 3 years. Friends, associates, rivals. Everyone ends up the same way. In the ground or in a cell. Level 6, the underboss. You're 36 years old. The boss is 68, starting to step back. He makes you his underboss. 200 made men, 400 associates, operations across Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and parts of New Jersey. You don't do the day-to-day anymore. You're strategic. You sit down with the captains once a week. They report to you. You report to the boss. You have lawyers on retainer. You have accountants who wash the money through legitimate businesses. You have cops who tip you off before raids. You have judges who are friendly to your cases. You have politicians who take your donations and look the other way. But the FBI is everywhere. They're watching you buy coffee. They're photographing you at your daughter's first communion. They know more about your schedule than you do. The pressure changes you. You drink more. You sleep less. You've got an ulcer. High blood pressure. Your son is 17, already hanging around the neighborhood guys. You see yourself at that age. You try to warn him. He doesn't listen. Why would he? You didn't. Level 7, the boss. You're 41 years old. The old boss dies. Heart attack. Natural causes. You're the boss now. You run an organization with annual revenue in the hundreds of millions. You make decisions about who lives and who dies. You settle disputes between crews. You negotiate with other families. You sit at the table where real power lives. But being boss means you're the biggest target. Every decision you make is documented. Every order you give is evidence. The FBI has RICO investigators dedicated entirely to taking you down. They're building a case that will take down the entire administration. You've seen it happen to every boss before you. It's not a question of if, It's a question of when. Level 8. The defendant. You're 43 years old. It's 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. You hear the battering ram hit your front door. Federal agents in tactical gear flood your house. They drag you out in handcuffs. You're charged with racketeering, murder conspiracy, extortion, wire fraud, money laundering, obstruction of justice. The indictment is 87 pages long. The government has 35,000 hours of surveillance footage. Your lawyer does his best, but the evidence is overwhelming. The jury deliberates for 6 hours. Guilty on all counts. The judge gives you 28 years in federal prison. You're 44 years old. You'll be 72 when you're eligible for release, if you live that long. Level 9. The prisoner. You're in FCI Coleman, a high-security federal prison in Florida. You're in protective custody because you're too high profile for general population. You try to run things from inside. Messages pass through lawyers. Orders given during visits. But you're not the boss anymore. Your former consigliere took over. He sends you $500 a month for commissary. He promises to take care of your family. These are the same promises you made to the guy before you. They last until they're inconvenient. The years blur. Concrete walls. Razor wire. Phone calls monitored. Letters read by guards. Your wife divorces you in year 5. Your son gets arrested in year 9. Same charges, different generations. The life you knew is dying. But it doesn't matter. You were never essential. You were just next in line. Level 10. The end. You're 61 years old. They release you early. Compassionate release. You have stage 4 lung cancer. 6 months, maybe less. The guys you knew are all dead or locked up. The young guys on the corner don't know who you are. You die in a hospice in Bay Ridge. Your son doesn't visit. He's too busy running his own crew, making his own mistakes, climbing his own ladder. The cycle doesn't need you. It never did. Somewhere right now, a 14-year-old kid is standing on a corner, running cigarettes, keeping his mouth shut. He's making more in a week than his father makes in a month. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's special. He doesn't know he's already trapped. The machine runs on loyalty and violence, and the lie that any of it means something. And there's never a shortage of kids willing to believe.